Welcome back, fellow delegates. It's been quite a crazy start that we've had so far, huh, Sarah?
Yeah, it's been intense, especially with HOC's mysterious outbreak, but anyways, let's get into the tea.
Yes, let's check in with HOC now and its speculated outbreak. There has been a real push for the further research and unity amidst countries. However, info on the possible cure from Dr. Theodore Gray has been at halt to the public for fear of misinterpretation. Also, we've gotten hold of some info that there has been an ongoing debate to close the borders of Egypt and EU to contain the outbreak. However, this resolution is not seen as a feasible option and leaves concerns of possible hysteria.
On the other hand, India and Australia have taken a leap and officially closed their borders, but it seems that Australia is paying for this with an economic backlash, thus making it about time to resort back to research again, and it has also been found that the mysterious outbreak contains goat genome.
Yeah, Sarah, it's interesting to hear that the cure has been tested on rabbits and rats as well, and seems to be successful, but yet scientists are still hesitant about testing towards humans for ethical impacts.
Oh, wait a second. It seems we're getting some field intel saying that Dr. Theodore Gray's cure has been released and actually been successful with curing someone? That's incredible.
Wow, great news. Thank you for that, Sarah. Here's to hoping things continue to get better for all the struggling countries.
All of these discussions are yielding some cool ideas.
Speaking of cool, let's get an update on the events in the Arctic Council.
The committee in general seems to be favoring discussions on ice melt. The delegates continue to consistently raise environmental concerns while also frequently emphasizing the importance of the economy in this topic.
The general idea arising from these discussions suggests that research could mitigate the environmental damage associated with industrial and trade activities in the Arctic. For instance, through reducing emissions.
But the question remains, are trade routes and economic development worth the irreparable damages to the environment?
Meanwhile, tensions are high in the CCP with some recent developments and a public directive being passed.
While some like MACMUN think focusing effort on the Japanese through guerrilla warfare should be priority, others disagree as this would detract from the primary goal.
Not just that, there's also been a heated debate on whether an alliance should be formed with the KMT to address the Japanese threat, or if the CCP should remain strong against the KMT.
The only point of agreement is that the ideology of communism will serve as a uniting factor for this party.
It's yet to be seen how directives on spy relocation will monitor KMT activity and dissemination of CCP propaganda, military guidelines, and how the National People's Newspaper will affect the situation moving forward.
The KMT has fought hard this morning, shifting focus from the Japanese to their CCP rivals. They have launched propaganda campaigns to garner support for their party and have mobilized tanks and troops to stifle the CCP as they break out of the encirclement. Their German-trained forces battled strongly at the Yangtze River, but CCP armies broke through after suffering a number of casualties.
Meanwhile, Generalissimo Chiang Kai-shek has visited his team, yet proved slightly inadequate in responding to queries and insisted upon being referred to as Daddy, Father.
Now off to some interviews with Aditi.
So can you summarize in one sentence what the purpose of your directive is?
Yeah, some people were hiding what they had, and so our directive is trying to get all that research out and into the open.
Okay, and what do you hope to see from this directive passing?
I hope to see a lot more transparency. Unfortunately, like some of the people within our community have not been giving for their research, and with this new directive, we hope that everyone is able to take the research and develop a cure.
So can you summarize in one sentence what the purpose of your directive is?
Well, our directive is called We're All in This Together, which I think is the spirit of the directive. We are focusing on collaborative research in order to find a cure for the deadly outbreak that has happened in Germany and surrounding EU countries.